Hello, this is Shankar Reddy, lecturer in political science from Government Junior College for Girls, Paradpalli, Secunderabad. Today we are going to discuss about important questions for the second year political science, that is civics. Already we covered two important questions in both media, Telugu media and English medium. Now we are going to discuss about describe powers and functions of President of India. So here, this is the number 3 question in our question paper actually, when it will be asked as 10 marks 1 and as essay, you have to make the powers and functions of President of India along with small introduction. So what is the introduction? Introduction of the President of India powers and functions. You know that the President of India is the chief executive head of the India. He was the first citizen of India, he was the sovereign of India, and also he was the chief of the army, right? That's why here you have to describe here in the introduction part, the President of India symbolizes the entire the India, the nation of India. He was representing the India in international platform. That's why he was the first citizen of India. He enjoyed all those executive powers. His name only the entire executive activities are made by the Prime Minister and his Council of Ministers. We have to make the introduction like this. Then afterwards, we have to bifurcate the powers and functions of President of India in two different categories. The President of India powers and functions are classified into ordinary powers, and emergency powers. Emergency powers. The President of India powers and functions classified into two different categories. One is ordinary powers, another one is emergency powers. Okay. So again, the ordinary powers are classified into executive powers, then legislative power, legislative powers, and then financial powers, and functions, then judicial powers, then military powers and diplomatic powers. Diplomatic powers. These undercomes the ordinary powers of the President of India. Then go to the emergency powers. Emergency powers again classified in three different categories. One is national emergency, national emergency, national emergency. Another one is constitutional emergency, and finally financial emergency. Financial emergency. The emergency powers again classified into national emergency, constitutional emergency, financial emergency. You have to bifurcate the entire the powers and functions of the President of India. Whereas at the time of asking this type of question, you have to concentrate mostly on the ordinary powers and functions. Okay. So just at the end of the answer, you have to keep the emergency powers at a glance. Okay, no need to explain the emergency powers in this essay 1. It's a 10 marks 1. Understood? In this 10 marks 1 essay 1, no need to explain the emergency powers in detailed manner. Okay? That's why you have to concentrate the ordinary powers in clearly in this essay 1. Let's go to explain the ordinary powers and functions of the President of India. Again, the ordinary powers are classified into executive powers and functions. The first one, executive powers. The President of India is the chief executive head. The President of India is the chief executive head of the India. He was the symbol of entire the India. Already we discussed. According to the Article 53, the President of India is chief executive head. On the name of President of India only, entire executive activities are made by Prime Minister and his Council of Ministers. That means the source of the administration is President of India. On his name only entire administration activities are going on. That's why he may directly done the administration and he may take somebody's help in the matters of administration. Mostly the President of India get the help from some of the officials. Who are the officials? For this help and aid, the President of India appoints some of the officers. Who are the officers? We have to write under executive powers. Understood? According to the Article 53, the President of India is responsible for the making administration in India. That's why for that he may take somebody's help. For that, the President of India appoints some of the officers. Who are the officers? We have to mention in the executive powers. Firstly, the President of India appoints. President of India appoints Prime Minister. The President of India appoints Prime Minister and his Council of Minister. Understood? The President of India appoints Prime Minister and his Council of Minister. He also appoints the governors of the states, and also the President of India appoints Chief Justice of Supreme Court and High Court. The President of India appoints Prime Minister and his Council of Ministers. The President of India appoints governors of the states and union territories. And the President of India appoints Chief Justice and other judges of Supreme Court and High Court. Understood? The President of India appoints the Chief Election Commission, Chief Election Commissioner and other election commissioners. And the President of India also appoints the UPSC chairman and members. The President of India appoints some various associations, that means various organizations, chairman and members. Understood? Like the National Human Rights Commission, National Commission for Scheduled Castes, National Commission for Scheduled Tribes, National Commission for Minorities, National Commission for BC, chairman and members also appointed by President of India. That's why you have to mention the President of India is the responsible for the entire administration. For that, he took somebody's help. Who are the one? The Prime Minister and his Council of Ministers, governors, Chief Justice, other judges of Supreme Court and High Court, and so on. Right? You have to mention under the executive powers and functions. Clear? Then the next one is that legislative powers and functions. So here we speedily explain because of already we did the special videos on the powers and functions of President of India. Okay. So the second one is that legislative powers. Legislative powers. Legislative powers of President of India. You know that the President of India is the integral part of the Parliament of India. Under this, you have to mention Article 79. Article 79 describes the Parliament of India. Parliament of India is equal to President of India plus Lok Sabha plus Rajya Sabha. What it indicates? According to the Article 79, the Parliament of India is nothing but President of India includes Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha. So here you have to conclude that the President of India is the integral part of the Parliament of India. That means legislature of India. That's why he enjoyed some legislative powers. What are such legislative powers? Summons the parliamentary sessions. He summons the parliamentary sessions. He prorogue the parliamentary sessions, and also he dissolve the Lok Sabha. Dissolve the Lok Sabha. Understood? The Parliament of India sessions summoned by President of India and prorogued temporarily postponed by President of India and dissolved Lok Sabha by President of India. It is also one legislative power enjoyed by President of India. Parliamentary sessions call on and temporarily postponed and dissolve the Lok Sabha. Also one part of the legislative power which is enjoyed by President of India. Then after this, You know that the Parliament of India is the body which made the legislation. That means law-making body. So the finally the laws made by the Parliament approved by whom? President of India. That means the final assent of the Parliament of India bills given by President of India. So here you have to mention the President of India give final assent. Final assent. He has given his final assent the bills which are sent by the Parliament. At the time he have to give his assent. He may send back the bills to the Parliament of India. He may keeps with you. That means keeping with you hold with you also legislative power. Understood? The President of India has the power to give assent on the bill and he send back the bill and also he withhold the bill. So these are the powers included in the legislative powers of President of India. At the same time, the President of India address the Lok Sabha, that means Rajya Sabha, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, that is Parliament. Twice. That means the President of India address the Parliament also at the beginning of the new Parliament, at the same time beginning of the every year. Okay. At the same time, the President of India appoints 2 members Anglo-Indians to the Rajya Sabha and 12 to the Lok Sabha. Understood? 2 members, 2 member of parliaments, that means 2 MPs. They are belong to the Anglo-Indian community. Nominates to the Rajya Sabha, 12 nominates to the Lok Sabha. Okay? So they are also part of the legislative powers of the President of India. And moreover, if the deadlock between the two houses, the President of India give his what about using his facility, that was power, that is called as proclamation of joint sitting. Joint sitting. Understood? When the bill was deadlocked between the two houses, Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, then the President of India proclaimed joint sitting. It was the session with the combination of Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha for resolving the deadlocking on the bill. Okay? At the time, he has the power to call on the joint session. So this is also undercome legislative powers. What are the included in legislative powers? Was the part of the legislature. At the same time, he enjoys the power to call on the parliamentary sessions. That means summons the parliamentary sessions. At the same time, prorogue the parliamentary sessions. Dissolve the Lok Sabha, that is lower house. At the same time, he give his final assent on the bill which are passed by the Parliament of India. Without the President of India assent, no bill is treated as act. Okay, that was law. And also he has the power to appoint 2 Anglo-Indians to the Rajya Sabha, 12 members to the Lok Sabha. At the same time, when the bill was deadlocked, the President of India has the power to formulate joint sitting. Okay, these are under comes legislative powers. Then go to the financial powers. Okay, you have to mention as paragraph. Clearly, we discussed in the previous videos. For more clarity, you have to watch the previous videos. Okay, then financial powers. Financial powers. The President of India also enjoys some financial powers. The President of India has taken initiation for introduction of the budget in the Parliament of India. The President of India has taken initiation for introduction of budget in Parliament of India. Budget is annual financial statement. Annual financial statement, which is introduced by Finance Minister with the initiation of President of India into the Parliament of India. That's why it is also one of the financial power enjoyed by President of India. Who gave the permission for introduction? The President of India gave permission for introduction of the budget into the Parliament of India, because budget is the money bill. For introduction of any money bill, the prior permission of President of India is required. Understood? Then this is the one segment in the financial powers of President of India. Then second one is that he maintained the contingency fund of India. What is that? Contingency fund. Contingency fund of India. The contingency fund of India enjoyed by the President of India. He maintained contingency fund, that is emergency fund. This is also undercomes the financial powers. At the same time, he appoints finance commission. Finance commission for every 5 years for the distribution of taxes between union and states. Union and states. Understand? The President of India appoints finance commission chairman and its members for every 5 years for the distribution of taxes, for the distribution of income between the union and states. So these included in the financial powers of President of India. Understood? Let's go to the judicial powers. Judicial powers. The President of India also enjoys some judicial powers. What type of judicial powers he enjoyed? Actually, the President of India has the power to appoint Chief Justice and other judges of Supreme Court of India and High Court. Understood? The President of India has the power to appoint Chief Justice and other judges of Supreme Court and High Court. Supreme Court of India and High Court. So this is also included in judicial powers. Understood? At the same time, the President of India has the power to give pardon. The President of India has the power to give pardon, reprieve, remission, such a things. That means, you know that in India, the Supreme Court judgment is the final judgment. After that Supreme Court judgment, the President has the power to reduce the judgment, reduce the punishment, and also change the punishment from one punishment to another punishment under the pardon, reprieve, remission. So these undercomes judicial powers. Clear all of you? The President of India has the power to appoint Supreme Court and High Court Chief Justice and other judges, and also he has the power to give pardon under the judicial powers only, and also finally he has the power to take advice. According to Article 143, the President of India has the power to take advice from the Supreme Court of India. From Supreme Court of India, he has the power to ask advice to the Supreme Court of India on any constitutional matter. So these are the included in judicial powers. Let's go to the military powers. The military powers. The President of India enjoys some military powers also. So you know that, as early we said, the President of India is the chief military officer, chief of the military. So that means the entire military of India under controlled by the President of India only. He only has the power to declare war. He only power to conclude the peace. So that's why you have to mention this under military powers. Understood? The President of India is the chief of entire the military, as well as he has the power to declare war with any other country, and also he has the power to conclude peace. Right? You have to mention under this. Under the military powers, the President of India has the power to appoint Chief of the Army, Chief of the Navy, Chief of the Air Force. That means the President of India enjoys the military powers. Under this, the President of India appoints the heads of the Army, Navy, Air Force. They included in the military powers of President of India. Okay. Then diplomatic powers. Diplomatic power. Diplomatic powers. The President of India also enjoys some diplomatic powers. You know very well, the President of India is the representative of India in any international organization. That means he represents India in international platform. For that purpose, he maintains diplomacy with other countries. Under this, he receives the diplomats from abroad, and also he appoints diplomats to other countries. Understood? This included in diplomatic powers of President of India. The responsible to receive diplomats from the abroad, other countries, and also he send our diplomats to other countries under the diplomatic powers of President of India. And also he represents India in international platforms. Okay, these included ordinary powers of President of India. And also he enjoyed some miscellaneous powers. Up to this you have to cover as ordinary powers of President of India. At the end, you have to mention there are three emergency powers which are enjoyed by President of India in abnormal period. That means in emergency condition. What are the emergency powers of President of India? One is national emergency. Another one is, what is the another one? Constitutional emergency. And third one is that financial emergency. They are the powers of the President of India. You understood all those subheadings here. When it will be asked as 10 marks 1, as essay 1, you have to mention small introduction as well as the following powers and functions. You know, the President of India enjoys the executive powers. Under this, you have to mention the executive powers and functions. After the executive powers and functions, you have to explain the legislative powers and functions. Understood? In these executive powers, we have to mention the appointment powers. Appointment powers of President of India. That means the President appoints whom for aid and advice to the President of India. You have to list out the appointments, okay, under the executive powers in simple manner. At the same time, in the legislative powers, the President of India enjoys what type of legislative powers you have to mention. In this, you have to mention for the part of the legislature. At the same time, he enjoys the summons, prorogue, dissolve powers. That means regarding to the sessions of the Parliament of India. Sessions of the Parliament of what kind of powers enjoyed by President of India regarding to sessions. The sessions means meetings of Parliament of India. After that, in this appointment, the President of India appoints to 2 members to Rajya Sabha, 12 members to Lok Sabha. This is also included in legislative powers of President of India. Up to this, at least you have to cover. Okay, and also remaining joint session, you have to understood. And also, what about dissolve of the Lok Sabha also you have to mention, and mainly you have to mention the assent power of the President of India. You have to mention assent, appointment, and also sessions as part of the legislature. You have to write under legislative powers. The financial powers you have to mention after the legislative powers. You have to mention the financial powers regarding to the budget and also regarding to the finance commission, and after that you have to mention what about contingency fund of India. Three factors you have to cover under financial powers. And judicial powers, you have to mention appointment of judges for Supreme Court, High Court, and also pardon power you have to cover under judicial powers. Military powers, you have to mention about the declare of the war and also peace, conclusion of peace. So these undercomes you have to cover. And also the President of India appoints the 3 heads, army head, army chief, navy chief, and air force chief. And finally, diplomatic powers. You know that in the diplomatic powers you have to cover the President send our representatives, our diplomats to abroad, and also he has the responsible to receive the representatives from abroad. You have to cover this kind of answer. You have to mention in simple way after understanding the entire the concept of President of India, right? So here I hope you understood very well, because here we lightly explained. In previous class we clearly explained about the powers and functions of President of India in very detailed manner. So you have to watch that videos also. Thank you.